front yard, it could be a sign, that could be a message. 5 crows, 6 crows every day for a week. I think they're trying to say something. Hello, YouTube, you're up. I'm so glad. It took a little while. So YouTube up, Facebook's up, and I'm just answering a question. Do animals, question right now, symbolize omens more now than ever? I think nature is definitely speaking. Nature is screaming at us. Never mind speaking to us. I have to think of the orcas that are sinking boats. Now, orcas have never behaved this way before. Orcas have never behaved this way before. In fact, I'm annoyed now because something I wanted to put in the newsletter was a piece of prophecy by the Hopi Indians when the big fish swim where they've never swam before. And I'm thinking of the great white sharks swimming, again, in places they've never swam, in numbers they've never swam, that was going to be symbolic of the end of this fourth age, that going into the fifth age, as they put it, for prophecy, and the global changes and global changes that they saw on the way and here. So I think animals are behaving in ways out of character. I think that's something I've watched very carefully. When animals behave out of character, doing things never done in front of you, like obviously trying to get your attention. And I would be paying attention to that, yes. But the orcas sinking fishing boats, the orcas going after fishermen, they've never gone after people. They've never done that, but I think they're at that desperation point where the oceans are being so destroyed. We don't even talk about Fukushima and the billions of gallons of radioactive water that are going into the Pacific Ocean still all these years later. And hey, Maria. and so, oh, the deer. Well, yes, they're coming closer, and they're a gentle creature. We also have bears. Now we have mountain lion here in Connecticut. They finally confirmed it. Many of us have known they've been here a lot longer. Wolves have now been confirmed in Connecticut and New York. They're back, and they were pretty much killed off, all the northeastern wolves here in the area, in the tri-state, going into, actually up into Vermont, New Hampshire even. So the wolves are back, the predator animals are back, the bears are back. Cougar are a joke, mountain lion are no joke. They, in California, will sit in trees, and that's how they do. They're ambush hunters. They pretty much launch themselves from above, and they break your neck. They land on you, and they do that to hikers too. So no joke. And nature is taking back their space with a vengeance. They're not going down without a fight. And that includes all the animals, the land, the sea mammals, fish. So yeah, I would definitely take that as a sign. Right. So I guess the one thing I want to talk about today, it's a theme of the day, but it's been a theme for a while now, and I posted something a couple days ago about J.K. Rowling and my opinion about her opinion and her right to an opinion. I'm a big First Amendment person. I was a journalist, I love writing, and I believe in the power of free speech. Even if I don't like what you have to say, I believe you have the right to say it. I may choose to have you say it over there. Maybe you can't say it in my store if your opinions go against something I believe, and this is my store. But like, you can't come to my store and tell me how much you hate witchcraft. You can't come to my store and tell me I'm going to hell. I'm not going to tolerate that, or my patrons. That I won't allow. You can say that outside though, and you have the right to say it. But J.K. Rowling has been labeled transphobic, and she's on the cancel train. People are trying to cancel. It's not working out very well, okay? But they're trying to cancel her for an opinion, for her opinions. And here's the thing. J.K. will be just fine. She's a very wealthy woman. She's not going to suffer for this. She'll be fine. We are at a time, okay? We're in a very unusual time. And we need to navigate these waters carefully. We're at a time where your opinion the expression on your face, what you post, even a meme that you didn't write the meme, you just shared a meme, can get you in a lot of trouble, can potentially get you fired. You can be fired for a perception of a look on your face or your body language. That perception that someone else has of you can get you in trouble. Not your actions, not your track record, not your history, a perception. Think about that for a moment, okay? Animals speak. Okay, I'm sorry, Linda. Animals speaking, Patty, is great. Oh crap, the book over there. A book by Stephen Farmer, Dr. Stephen Farmer, is even better, I think, than Animals Speak. Bless Ted's heart. He was a good man. But I can't read the title. It's right there by my I use it all the time. It's a great book, but it's by Stephen Farmer. It's Animal Totems and Guides or Animal something. Animal Spirit Guides. Animal Spirit Guides. That's it. Great book. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Of course, I was trying to wolf down some food upstairs before I came running back down. But yeah, Ted Andrews was a good man. He passed away, what, 5 or 6 years ago? Well, see, I have run into the men's bathroom to go to the bathroom, actually. When I've had to go really bad at work, when I was working in a restaurant, and it was packed in the ladies' room, and I had like seconds to get in and out to get back on my shift, or I did. I go, anybody in there? All right, watch the door for a second, because I'm going to be. I can't hold it for 3 hours like the men can, so nice. Okay. You can do it nicely, and actually men will usually get out of there and let you go to the bathroom. They're usually pretty cool about that. Hi, Karen, how are you? Okay, so here's my point. I'll get you reading cards. Especially if you're a teacher, especially if you're in public eye, especially if your career depends on the goodwill of people. Let's say you're a hairdresser. I'm a shop owner. I need people to like me and be in my store and feel safe here. But you have to remember that what you're posting, what you're talking about, how you look, the perception can get you canceled. And whether you like that or not, or you accept it or not, will not make it go away. That's the times. They're not good times. It's really not. Yep, has that career too. That's perception of how sitting at the meeting and her facial expressions. She said I was doing nothing. Connection's unstable. That's fun. Got it written up with HR. Going through a divorce. There were a lot of stress. Did something shouldn't have mattered. It could matter. I don't think it's going to change the way this is going to play out, but there's often no wiggle room for mistakes. And so I'm just going to say, be careful not to shoot yourself in the foot. I have to be too. When I posted this J.K. Rowling thing, I was like, man, I might just have people really angry at me. They weren't. It didn't happen like that. I'm usually careful because I wasn't sit there saying, yay, J.K. Rowling. It was just like, she has an opinion. She's not a lawmaker. She doesn't make laws. She can't enforce laws. She's just an author with an opinion. And she's done a lot of good with the money she's made. I miss you too, Bridget. Oh, you're not even talking about me. You're talking to somebody else. I'm sorry. You have to be 10 steps ahead of the game. Anybody was awesome. All right. So that's the one thing I'm going to say. Now, if you get a chance to read the newsletter, Andrea, I did a long narrative. Alethea, I'm sorry I get those names mixed up. Alethea, my astrologer, who, by the way, is an excellent astrologer. She's an old school astrologer. She does everything by hand. Not many do that anymore. And she's a young woman. She's in her 40s, and she looks like she's in her 30s. She's just attractive and lovely and kind and good. and passionate about astrology. That's what she does. That's all she does. And she does it really well. So if you want an old school astrologer who's a lifelong astrologer to do your chart, go on my newsletter, go down, and she has a link to her website, her blog, and you can look at what she does, what she offers. Okay, so people that have used her have come back to tell me they're just amazed, blown away, and she certainly helped me. She was the astrologer who helped me when Daisy was very sick, and how that would happen, how that, boy, she nailed it right down to where I'd see the turning of the corner, and when Daisy would be getting better, and things about Daisy that I needed to bear in mind while she was so very sick, and it had to do with her personality and what would help her to get better. And all that's in your natal chart. All of that's in your transits. You can find all that right there. So that's my advice to people. You have to be 10 steps ahead. As you just said, you have to be playing a strategic game of chess. What are your next move? What are their next moves? Play a long game. This will pass. This is not going to last forever. This is ridiculous. Social media is not going to last forever. This way but right now, this is how we do business. This is how I do business. There is no advertising in papers. There's no radio. It's social media, and this is how people get their news out. And it makes things a little dicey sometimes. And but if you're going through a divorce, if you've got a job that depends on how people perceive you, you really do want to, look at that. Oh, please, yes, send. Yep, Lou, send it to lenhard@comcast.net. Okay, send it. Don't write it in the messages here. Just send me an email, lenhard@comcast.net, and I'll get you the newsletter. Or it's on Facebook right now. You can sign up on the newsletter itself. The newsletter just got posted, so it's like 3 or 4 posts down here on Facebook. You're on Facebook. All right. What else is going on? I mean, it's just about October 1st, so we're almost in Halloween month. Samhain is among us. It's here. Our beloved dead and our dark studies, crafting, just all the good stuff. Traditionally, the dark half of the year is when we do our crafting, our writing, the thing when we're not outside, working in the yard or working in the field. We'd be inside knitting and making blankets and doing all that good stuff. Because all the food would be prepared already for winter. You would already put all your preserves up. We're getting them done now, the last harvest. That is how Halloween became a blood month. I hope I'm not repeating myself. I know that I am. But the idea of the bloodiness, the death aspect of Samhain, which is the Celtic New Year, is because that is when you would look at your herds, at your animals, and ask yourself how many you're going to make it through the year, how many you're going to make it through the winter, because only so many could do. You had so much food, and the older, the sicker, they had to go, and nothing was wasted. So there'd be a lot of animals being slaughtered, and that was the time. So that's how part of that came about. The idea that the veil gets very, very thin, goes through many cultures. My God, if you just do a research quickly on Samhain, Halloween, as it began to be known in Victorian times, you'll see that they were in China, South America, Central America, Mexico, famously, of course, the Day of the Dead. But many cultures from many parts of the world recognize that was a time of the year, that end of October, beginning of November, where spirit energy and our beloved dead, the dead would actually be able to cross through the veil, and we would have easier. So the idea of divination, the idea of spirit communication, magic, that was right there. But also ancestor remembrances, ancestor altars, ancestor tables, important as well. How many ask the ancestors for help? Yep. No, it is insidious. That's the right word for it, Erica. This too shall pass. And if you read the newsletter, I talk about every one of these ancient prophecies, old prophecies, and it is my personal love. I have loved prophecy and reading these things since I was very young. I've been, you know, the deeper you go down that hole, boy, there's a lot of prophecy. Not just the four, that there's lots on just the four that I mentioned: Edgar Casey, the Hopi prophecies, Nostradamus, Mother Shipton. Many people don't know about Mother Shipton, but the England's most famous seeress. Um, there's so many others. There's so many. You can biblical prophecy if that's your thing. Revelations. Um, there's a lot. I had to point to that too. Man, my head just went blank. That's horrible. Oh my gosh. But anyway, I was going to say that all these prophecies speak to not the end of life, but the end of a way of life and a return to a different way of life. And I think for a lot of us, we are already there. We're already seeing people living together in groups again, 3 and 4 family houses. People are buying in-law homes, creating in-law homes for their mothers, their fathers to come stay with, or parents are making room for their children and their grandchildren to come stay with, because that was a safer, better way to live. We are tribal by nature. And if you don't have blood family, people are creating their own families, their own units. Because when you have a group of people together, like-minded people living together, life is easier. It's just an easier way to live. Someone gets sick, there's someone there to help you out. Your car has a flat, it's okay, I'll get you to work. We'll get it fixed when we get back. A lot of good when people live together. Cousins and aunts living close by to help watch the kids. Daycare is a relatively new idea. It's really not an old idea. You send the children away, like boarding school, a European idea, but this idea that little babies are better off in a room with other babies and one person watching them, that's really very new and obviously not the best. So everyone's, oh my god, I just went all the comments backwards. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Mercury retrograde is coming to an end. However, and hi Stephanie, Barbara, we are in the shadow. So for another 10 days, and for another 10 days or so, it's actually worse. So again, read the newsletter, read what Alethea has to say about this retrograde, but we're in the shadow, and so the next 5 days, not better. Shadow periods are 7 to 10 days before and after. I know, sorry Jennifer, but that's the truth. It's the way the energy is. It slows down, stops, goes stationary, and then it slowly moves forward. But while it's doing that, while it's making the shift, it actually is pretty jacked up. And again, I did that video last week that showed what house this retrograde was affecting, so you'll know where that energy is hitting you. So if you get a chance, it's on Facebook again, on the both pages, actually my page and the Talisman and Cauldron page, which you're watching right now on Facebook. The video on how to look at the chart, how to pull up your chart on astro.com, and what you're looking for in terms of retrogrades, new moons, full moons, transits, all that stuff. Don't do any spell work. You can always do spell work. You can do spell work on any moon. I avoid the dark of the moon myself. The dark of the moon is the day before the new moon. The moon is absolutely dark in the sky. The new moon, there's just a little sliver of light. And we treat the dark of the moon the way you would treat your mother if she said to you, I don't feel well, I'm laying down, don't bother me, I need some rest. And you wouldn't bother her unless somebody was bleeding to death, or you'd let her rest. Well, we treat that day as a day of rest. And unless something big has to happen, with that kind of energy, you don't disturb the mother. You don't do magic. You try not to and bring in energies for that, unless it's very serious. It's all bets are off. So you can always do magic. Just during a retrograde, double check. Always retrograde means review. That's all it means, review. Where we get in trouble is when we don't look at the contract, we don't read the fine print. So what I'm saying to you is review what you're doing, be very careful not to shoot yourself in the foot. I have watched people do the most ridiculously, I'll use the word bad. They're bad ideas, bad things in the name of magic because they didn't think about ramifications and where this could go. There's going to be some kind of bounce back. You can't just do magic and expect nothing to change. You're plucking the strings of fate when we do magic, and that reverberates. Remember, rock in the quiet lake. There's ripples. Well, that's what magic does. There's ripples. So if you're going to do a spell, I'm going to give you a really good example how something go terribly bad. You're going to do a spell. You're going to wish someone horrible pain. If they did something to you and now you want them to feel the worst pain they could ever feel. How would you feel if you found out that their baby died or their child died? Well, that's the worst pain they could probably feel. And energetically, yes, it's possible to do something like that. And oops, I'm sorry, you got to live with it. And karmically, you got to deal with it. Good luck with that karmic cord going through lifetimes. A lot of people who don't understand why someone's persecuted in this life fail to remember that in a past life, you might have done something really shitty to somebody. You might have hit their kid with a car. You might have, you don't know. That's the point of these birth, life, rebirth phases that we're in, these cycles. Eventually, we just remember what we've done, make it all right, and finally graduate, having given away all of our karma through acts of dharma, kindness, goodness, when no one's looking, when there's no reward for it, to go over the finish line, having no karmic debt, and then ascend to that next level, escape the cycle, the birth, death, rebirth cycle. That's the goal. That's what we're supposed to be trying to do. All right. So when you're doing magic, give that some thought. Time to throw cards. And help me. Where did I start? I'm going to start with Aries. It's Aries this time around. All right. Okay. 6-card spread. Starting with Aries. For anyone new, it's a 6-card spread. It's a short-term reading. Be careful what you wish for, Jennifer, because usually people who are at the last cycle, that 12th house, that house of Pisces, house of the rising sun, those people who are learning everything in this lifetime are homeless, in insane asylums, living in shelters. Yeah, just be careful, because extreme poverty is one of those lessons. Addiction is one of those lessons. 12th house lessons. So be careful what you wish for, Jennifer. It's okay not to learn them all in one. It's okay not to. It's not Pokemon. You got to collect them all. Okay. So 6-card spread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First card is the situation. Next 2 cards would are directly impacting the situation. Final 3 cards, possible outcomes. Excuse me, I got hiccups. I'm sorry. I ate so fast. And Orlando on my shoulder trying to eat the food out of my fork. It was lots of fun. Okay, Aries, Hierophant reversed. Then we have the Hermit and the King of Swords, followed by the Empress, the 9 of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles reversed. Telling you guys this so you'll know the cards. Get your own deck out, lay them out, and see how you read these cards yourself, how you interpret them. I'm telling you how I interpret them. And I'm trying to pull them together here. This big deck, ours is our deck, the Talisman and Cauldron Tarot. So it's bigger, but this is how I lay them out. So the top, I'm not gonna play games. Okay, so how do I read them? With a little more card for clarity. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the bottom line is money. The idea is money. The way I interpret these cards is looking at, going back to money with Aries. I'm sorry, guys. It's always about your damn career. There's not a, yeah, okay. Stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something you didn't think you'd be doing before, that you'd be doing this way, unconventional, common sense, solitary. Guard is up, Empress reverse, Page of Pentacles reverse. I want to say if you have your own business, Empress reverse, Page of Pentacles reverse, you may have to supplement that with other income. It may not be enough. Between the two, supplementing two different careers will, however, bring you wonderful benefits financially. It really is about time management, looking at this King of Swords. But I don't see it possible. I think there's two separate options here, two separate ideas. And with one more card, yeah, Five of Pentacles. Okay, so it's all about money. It's all about avoiding poverty. But I don't think you can put all your eggs in one basket, Aries. I think you're going to have to like I always say, lawyer by day, bartender by night. I mean, they're two very different and something you probably weren't thinking you'd ever be doing. But I don't think there's any one way that you're going to make the money you need to make looking at these cards. Right? There's only so many hours in the day, so it's really about time management. Okay. Taurus. All right. Similar but different. With Taurus, it's the straw that broke the camel's back. Money, hard work not paying off. And Taurus is not happy about it. Taurus, who doesn't like to talk about their problems, is talking. Knight of Swords, taking action. Now, there's a couple different ways to look at it. One, Taurus, you may have somebody in your life who is spending money needlessly, not being responsible, in which case you're going to deal with that. Someone who's not producing or helping, that's going to stop too. Basically, what I'm seeing for Taurus is you're done carrying people, okay? That's how I feel is you know what? We've all got to work hard. No one gets a free ride. No one lives free. I'm seeing Taurus, Knight of Swords, uncharacteristically, because they're not usually big speakers. They say a few words loudly. They still get their point across. But what I'm seeing is Taurus being very eloquent in saying, either you produce or you get out. Either you're part of the team or you're not. You get off the team. All right? That's what I'm seeing for Taurus. Taurus is tired of worrying about everybody and carrying everybody and saying, no more of that. Hey, Patricia. All right. All right. Gemini. Wheel reversed. The King of Wands reversed. Death reversed. Seven of Wands. King of Cups. Ace of Cups. So this is Gemini. Again, another common theme, working very hard. King of Wands reversed. And I'm going to say conflict at work as well. The wheel reverse, death reverse, tired of it, ready to do something different, ready to put an end to it. This is Gemini saying, I'm done with this shit. Done with it. Gemini is looking, again, interesting, where we had Aries looking at two different ways to earn money. We have Gemini looking at two different attitudes to live their life. Okay, there's this conflicting conflict, do or die attitude at work. And then there's this gentle King of Cups, Ace of Cups, loving, kind, creative. And I want to see Gemini's looking at their balance, and Gemini is a dual sign, it's a twin, is looking at the two sides of their nature, looking for balance and understanding that this, something has to go. And they're doing it. Like Taurus is saying, I'm done carrying. Gemini is saying, I'm done being twisted around. I'm done with conflict. All right. It feels like a hamster wheel to me when I look at this reading for Gemini. The work part feels like a hamster wheel, and just faster, do more. And Gemini's like, you know what? Nah. You know, I want to spend time with people I love. I want to enjoy my life a little bit. I want to have some fun. I want to go on vacation. I'm going to make some changes. So I'm going to say the common theme so far is changes, whether it's money for Aries, with Taurus is how you support people or don't support people. And with Gemini, I want to say it's about emotionally, you know, how you want to approach your everyday life. You know, do you want to be a constant conflict, constant hamster wheel, constant run, or say, no, you know what? I need to back out of a piece of this. You know? So I want some peace and quiet. So it's about a way of life. Cancer. Page of Swords reversed. Ace of Swords. Hangman reversed. World reversed. Eight of Wands. Queen of Swords. Okay, more uncharacteristic behavior, because when I think of Cancer, I don't usually think of Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is more of an air sign, cerebral, logic over emotion. Cancer, the most emotional sign in the zodiac. Not right now, they're not. Cancer is looking at things very differently. World reversed. I think I need to make a change. Page of Swords reversed. I'm not talking, I'm watching. I'm reasoning. I'm thinking. That's that Ace of Swords. Thought. Swords are air. Air is thought. Hangman reversed. Cancer is looking at, like, where am I being taken advantage of? Where am I wasting my time? Okay, with Cancer, this seems more about time management. Where do I want to move forward? Ready for a change. Now, of all the 12 signs of the zodiac, the sign most likely to be treated like a doormat is Cancer. Cancer is the mother. Cancer is the one that, you know, of course you can have that. Of course I'll get that for you. I'm tired, but of course I'll make dinner. You know, that can be that martyr. And this is Cancer saying, not today, babe. I'm not a martyr today. I think I'm kind of done with this shit. And really, I want to say, where Taurus is looking at where they're carrying people financially, I want to say Cancer is looking at where they take care of people, where their time is going. Where's the you time? So I want to say Cancer is looking at this in terms of ready to make some strong movements, strong actions. You know, the Eight of Wands is that fast action, fast reaction. Once I figure out where the time wastes are, I'm making changes. Okay, so this is logical, rational, self-preservation. We talk about self-care, but there's all different ways to manage our way through self-care. And we have Leo. There's a lot of Leos in the store today. There's a lot of Aquarius in the store. There's a lot of Sagittarius in the store. Those three signs kind of dominated this whole week, actually. And the one thing that Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Leo have in common, and Capricorn, Capricorns too, so those 4 signs, is they expect other people to be responsible. They expect it. They don't ask it. They just assume you're a grown up and you're gonna act like a grown up. They just expect that if you're over a certain age, you're going to baby you anymore. Okay, and so for a lot of these, it was the theme, this idea of perception, oh, you hurt my feelings, or oh, I didn't like the way you looked. They're like, what the fuck? The way I look. I'm at work. That's how I look. I look like I'm working. That's how I look. I look like I'm working, not chatting, not, oohing and eyeing. I'm working. Might want to think about that, Capricorn especially. Might want to think about what it feels like and what it looks like to actually be working. And if there were ever four signs for the words "fuck your feelings," Aquarius, Leo, Capricorn, and Sagittarius, especially Sagittarius, but Aquarius is right there next to him. Fuck your feelings, okay? Feelings aren't what's you're working for the paycheck. That's the reward. What's my reward? What's the motivation here? The paycheck. That's your motivation. Leo. Okay. Oh man. All right. So I'm looking at Leo. Knight of Cups reversed. The Star, Justice reversed. The Tower, the Moon, and the Five of Cups reversed. How do I read these cards? Knight of Cups reversed. Absence of love. The Star I love. The Star and the Sun are the two best cards in the deck, right? Justice, unfair situation. Tower, chaos being inflicted on you. The Moon, things still to be revealed. Five of Cups, moving forward, past regret. When I look at these cards, it's like watching a building get blown up. The Tower is literally, of course, a building. I always call it the 9/11 card because the Tower, for me, isn't that beautiful? China did such a good job. It's a great rendition. But I always think of the Tower as being the 9/11 card because you literally, this came out of nowhere. The Tower is hit. People are jumping out. It's on fire. It's chaos. It's madness. And there's nothing you can do about it. That thing's coming down. And remember that horrible feeling we had watching that 9/11? Watching that news, the first time I saw it, that's the energy. This is happening and there's nothing I can do to stop it. Now, when you see the Tower reversed, all right, that's where, you pulled the plug and threw the hand grenade. That's where you served the divorce papers. Oh, there's still chaos. There's still madness. But guess what? I'm hitting the plunger on this one, not you. Okay? But in this case, Leo, it's being inflicted on you. Chaos, unfairness, justice reversed, absence of love. You're waiting. I want to say you're waiting for the smoke to clear. And, it's crazy all around you. You will move on. The Five of Cups reversed. The Five of Cups upright is crying over spilt milk. Okay, I'm just going to show you the cards. Crying over spilt milk. That's what that means. Okay, but it's reversed. It's saying, I'm done crying, but I'm out of here. So I want to say that Leo, 1 foot out the door. Luck is with you, Leo. It's really, the Star is there saying there's hope. You may not have to leave. This may end very differently than you think it's going to end. And for a few Leos, I said that if you wait, you may be surprised how this plays out. Okay? Because a lot of people every dog has their day, and chickens are coming home to roost in a very particular sort of way. It's pretty interesting. It's not just good people that are shooting themselves in the foot. I'm watching some pretty shitty people do it too, and it's kind of beautiful, actually. It's kind of nice to see. I love when bad guys get theirs, So anyway, the cards are suggesting, Leo, if you just give it a second, 1 foot out the door, maybe you're sending out resumes, maybe you're, where's the next place I'm going to live? How am I going to land? Take a second just to see what happens when the smoke clears, because there's more to be revealed. That moon is saying you're done with certain things for sure, but it may not be as bad as you think in terms of how it hits you. That Star card is pretty powerful and it's protecting you, right? You know what I'm seeing a lot of in readings? It's pretty cool, and it's readings that I've read these people months and months ago when they're feeling when their hearts were broken, when their husbands were leaving them for other women, when or when relationships and you met somebody else or there's somebody else who's been in the picture, some other shitty thing like that. And I'm like, I'm not just saying this. The cards are saying this is a very selfish person. This is a very, I said to him, I know this person, she's after you because she thinks she can get something out of you. And he doesn't hear it. He doesn't think it's that way. I'm like, okay, well, you're right. And at some point, you're going to be able to sit back and watch this happen. And it may not do you any good, but you will have the pleasure of watching someone has shot themselves in the foot. They're going to realize what they lost, and like they say, sometimes the bitch you wind up with is the bitch you deserve. And in this case, and it's all coming to play over these past weeks, just 2 or 3 weeks. Like, oh my God, Laura, she did this, or she stole from him, or she smashed up his car, or she craziness. Tried to get him arrested. That's a big one. Moved in and then took over and stopped paying rent, and she quit working, and now he's got her in the house, and all the story crazy, and you're well cleared of it. But like that card, just wait a second, let the smoke clear, because you might like the you might find that kind of amusing. All right, Virgo, the Knight of Pentacles bringing in the money, the Two of Pentacles, an end to juggling money, Temperance reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed, and the Ten of Swords reversed. Oh, man. Well, what's really crappy here? This would be like making a lot of money at a job you don't enjoy. Working a lot of hours, making a lot of money at something that you don't particularly like anymore. Temperance reversed, out of balance, not working. And again, you see a lot of people who have been doing the same job 25, 27, 29 years. They're not ready to retire yet, and retirement's still a ways away. They're at the top of their pay scale, and they are so tired of the job. They're so sick of this job. What are you going to do? You're going to start over again as a new something, making entry level pay? Come on, of course you're not going to do that. So what's this going to do? What's happening here? Ten of Swords reversed is saying, come up out of it. Seven of Swords reversed, and the Three of Pentacles. So a couple things. One is looking at your educational background, seeing where you can tweak things, training, and the idea of relocation. Not right now, but is there any chance, and this happens, and people always think about this, you can keep your job but relocate with the same job, the same money, okay? But if you can take that job from, let's say, Connecticut, someplace where, I don't know, let's say South Carolina. I can't imagine why anybody would want to be there, but let's say South Carolina, because you love golfing and you love gardening and you love, this is, what you love, South Carolina. Well, even if you're doing this shitty job you don't enjoy anymore, but you're making good money, living in a place where your money goes further, where you can do what you love doing, you might find the job's a lot more palatable, all right? If all those other things are attached to it. Think about that. These cards are suggesting training, schooling, possibly, but also the idea that maybe you take what you do and you do it elsewhere. You start looking at where that might be. If your company has other offices, other places, you can put in for transfer. You can say, listen, when this guy who has my position here leaves, I want to be considered for the position. I want to go. Right? Okay. Libra, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Cups reversed, the Eight of Cups, the Fool, the Emperor, and the Three of Wands reversed. So this is interesting, and it's not that different than what I was just saying before. So looking at Libra, knows what they want to do. They want to move forward. The Three of Wands suggests that there's no new creative opportunities at work. But what I'm looking at Libra doing is investing money in home, possibly real estate in general, vacation home, a new business out of the home. Home is really key here for Libra, okay? A lot going on there. But the Seven of Cups, the idea of leaving home, real estate leaving home. You could be selling a home and relocating. It could be that to start a new business. The Fool, the Emperor, that speaks to that to me. What I really love for Libra, and this is key because Libra, hey Patty, the Four of Cups is a Libra card in that what do I want? What do I really want? And when you look at the Four of Cups, the guy has got like 4 cups. You know, he's holding one up and he's like, which one do I want to fill? What do I want to drink? What do I want to? Because Libra is famous for that. Like, I don't know, this looks good, that looks good. And they sit there and they tend to go in circles, you know? And this is Libra saying it's reversed. It's reversed. So it's I know what I want. And I know I want to go. And I know where I want to live. And I know the business I want to have. And I'm just not ready to move forward yet because I haven't put the rest of the plans in place. Plans in place. But this is Libra setting some stuff up and saying, nah, I know exactly what I want to do and where I want to do it, how I want to do it. Yeah, I like it. Page of Wands. Creative, fresh opportunities. You're just waiting for that right spot to come available and you will jump on it. That is true. You can laugh at Libra. Libra does struggle with that. Libra's the scales, and the one thing about scales is they're always doing this. You know, it's very hard to get the scales to be perfectly balanced. They're always dipping. They're always, you know, and that's Libra. What's fair? What's the best idea? And you can waste your whole life wondering that question. You know, when is the right time? But this, I'm not seeing that for Libra right now. And the Libras I know, and I know quite a few. No one's judging Libra because the Libras I know, and I know a lot of Libras. I'm friends with a lot of Libras. Is that they're way past that. They know exactly where they want to be. They know exactly what they want to be doing. They know exactly what they want their life to look like. They don't want to. They don't mind working. Libras are hard workers, but they know what they understand balance. And they love partnership. Most Libras are miserable single. They like to be partnered, and they understand what goes into partnership. You know, the both sides have to be moving here, have to be balanced. That's what Libra speaks to. Partnership. They love working with people. You know, they're good with that. All right, Scorpio. There's no sign I don't like. I'm not gonna lie, every day I'm glad I'm a Virgo. Every single day I wake up, I'm like, thank you for just not making me a Virgo. I'm not a man and I'm not a Virgo. Thank you. You know, I just love being a woman, love not being a Virgo. I love my Virgos. I feel so bad for my poor Virgos. Oh my God. Oh my God, to be a Virgo. And they're the best people, but they are my polar opposite on that chart. And it is hard to watch them because they can suffer. And they're like Sisyphus. If they really get an idea in their head, they're just trying to roll that boulder up that hill and the boulder rolls back down and creams them. And they roll the boulder. If they've got it in their head that this relationship is the only one that can work, and you're like throwing cards, you're like, I don't know, I don't see it, honey. I just don't, I don't think he's gonna. No, I think I know that I can make him change. I'm like, okay, because they know, and I think maybe you'd be happier doing. No, okay. They're hard. They're hard with that, but God bless them. If anyone can change that, they're the ones who will do it. They're the ones that could do it. But man, this is Pisces. I'm like, I'm just gonna swim away. Keep swimming. Why do you care so much? I don't care that much. It's just, you know. But anyway, yes, I tell my daughters every day, you wake up in the morning and you thank the goddess she made you a girl. It's good to be a girl. And we have Scorpio. So, Jennifer. Okay. I hope that Facebook, YouTube, just say something that I know you're still there, that it's still running. Okay, please. Let me know that everyone is still. All three of you. I got three people on there supposedly. Let me know that we're still doing okay on YouTube. I know Facebook's going good because we're rocking comments here. All right, so Scorpio. We have the Page of Cups. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups. The Two of, no, the Four. Oh, it's reversed. I'm trying to read Roman numerals upside down. The Four of Pentacles reversed and the Six of Swords. Holy shit. All right, Scorpio, these are great cards. These cards speak to new opportunities, new job. I love the Two of Wands. That's usually that thing that lands in your lap. It's hey, karma. Opportunity, job, advancement, whatever it is. It's usually career. It's usually creative, and it's usually going your way. And it happened pretty easily. Page of Cups. Love that card. That's love. Love what you're doing. The Queen of Pentacles, making money. Celebration. Three of Cups. The Four of Pentacles reversed. People sharing money, sharing funds. And the Six of Swords could be a vacation or relocation. Okay, I'm glad I'm coming in loud and clear on YouTube. Thank you, Jennifer, for letting me know, and thank you, Amy. Okay, so Scorpio, either you are going to celebrate a new job, some wonderful new career opportunity, maybe for one of your children, there's a possibility there. But this is all good stuff. You may be taking a nice vacation or relocating as part of all this. But there's not a bad card in here. So just to be clear, I'm going to throw one more card. Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups reversed. So the Seven of Cups reversed, this is not a fantasy. This is not delusionary. No, this is real. This is this is really happening. So if this is something, and the cards look too good to be true. The cards are awesome. And if you're saying to yourself, this is too good to be true, all right, I'm suspicious. Now, the most suspicious sign in the zodiac, we have Scorpio, which just out of the gate is suspicious. However, don't be suspicious. This looks really good. Like celebration, ships come in, and literally, this is the Six of Swords. I mean, the ship is coming in. I mean, you see that? Light is weird. Ship is coming in. I see that I'm using as a ship is coming in. That's the imagery you have there. But normally that card indicates a big transfer, a big move, a big trip across an ocean, big move. Scorpio, run with it. If it's not happening for you, it's happening for one of your kids, which is just as good, I think. All right, good stuff. Okay, sound is better on Facebook. All right. I would do something. I would try to play with the laptop and hit some buttons and look at the volume, but every time I do that, I'm going to messing it up. So, all right, Sagittarius. You guys have been running on a theme lately. And don't forget, my oldest daughter's a Sag. When I talk about this, I think of her too. So the first card up is the Four of Swords, which is a card of rest, respite, retirement, relaxation after hard work. Think of after you run a marathon that you recover, right? A time of recovery. Not a bad thing, but that's what it speaks to. And it can be recovery. It can be recovery after an illness too. But it certainly is a peaceful card. If you've taken it easy, you are at rest. The Magician, And the Four of Wands, happy cohabitation, happy under the roof. Magician. Oh, the Six of Pentacles, receiving help from others, giving help to others. Six of Swords, moving forward. Two of Cups reversed. Two people want two different things. How would I read that? Give me a sec. That's the only negative here. You have these great cards, and you have this Two of Cups reversed. Ooh. Eight of Swords reversed. Lovers reversed. Shit. Wow. We're two different storylines. So Rest, the Magician, the Four of Wands, happiness, cohabitation, happiness, moving forward, receiving help, giving help. That's all good. But then I look at the Lovers reverse, stuck in a situation, two different things. Hang on. And the Chariot moving forward. So what's weird is there's no broken hearts here. Okay? There's no broken hearts. This is Sagittarius feeling bound to a situation because of responsibility, or maybe this is someone that helped you in the past. Now you feel obligated to this person. They helped you in the past. Now you're helping them in the future, but it's like you want to do what you have to do and get out of there. All right. Could this be career stuff? I don't know. Possibly. It really feels like Sag is in a good place, and this is just something that they have to take care of. I'm thinking of someone I know who's seeing someone new, and they had signed a lease with somebody when they were seeing them, and they signed the lease, got an apartment, guy and a gal. She's now seeing the guy. The relationship went to crap, but they signed this lease together, and he signed the lease. He's on it. So he has to see it through because he signed the lease, and she's doing her part. She's paying the rent. The relationship is no longer there. That Two of Cups reversed. But really, he just wants to be done with the lease so he could be with the person he really wants to be with, living life he really wants to live. But he's bound, that Eight of Swords card, bound to it because he has to do this. And at the time, he did it because it made sense financially and emotionally. Now it no longer emotionally or financially makes sense. But because it's a binding agreement, he has to do it. He has to see it through. That's kind of how I see it, because he's fine, secure. That doesn't suit every Sagittarius, but it feels as though you're wrapping up. There was an old expression, I remember Kim saying, try to leave with the same class you walked in with. And that's the way I read these cards. It's like something is going. You're moving past something. You've outgrown something. This is not. It could be a friendship. Honestly, it could be a friendship that you've just outgrown. And this is somebody who was there for you when you were a kid, and now you're like, damn, but you just can't. You just can't anymore. You can't listen to it. You can't be part of it. You can't. It's excruciating. You gotta move forward, but the way you do it is with some kind of kindness, and gradually. Usually, you just kind of make yourself less and less available to somebody whose energy isn't jiving at your level anymore. Not their fault. They didn't grow up. Some people are still the same people they were in high school. Well, you're not in high school anymore. I want to make it really clear. This is not about lack of responsibility. This is just quite the opposite of that. This is being responsible, but saying, I'm not sure I want to be in this situation, and I'm going to find a graceful way to get out of it. And then I'm out of it. Okay? So whether it's work or a friendship, and it really does feel like it could be a friendship, honestly. All right. So Capricorn. Capricorn, we start with the Judgment card. The High Priestess reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. The Knight of Wands reversed, the Sun reversed, the King of Pentacles reversed. Jesus Christ. Judgment's a great card. Judgment is fair play. It's signing contracts. It's, judgment, favorable judgment. It's fair. However, this would be like, losing your house in the hurricane, like losing your house, your garage, your cars, everything. And the insurance company comes and says, oh, look, here's your insurance check to pay for it all. And you're like, oh, great. It's a nice big check. It certainly is a check to cover it all. And you're looking at absolute devastation saying, okay, great. The check is great. My house is like 4 inches tall because it's flattened, and my cars are destroyed, and I gotta start my life again. And so that's how I look at these cards. It's like, yep, it's the whole shit show here you're looking at. Now what I would hope for is that you're looking at somebody else's shit show that you know and care about, or that you know but you're watching their shit show. You could be watching someone else's divorce. You could be involved with someone who's getting divorced. Okay, the Sun reversed can be a divorce card, King of Pentacles. You could be watching someone hang out through the nose, for something. And I mean that sincerely. Knight of Wands reversed. Can't get out of it fast enough. And Capricorn, I'm going to say with this High Priestess, the High Priestess reversed can be a card that says your intuition ignored. So it could be something where you said, hey, you shouldn't do that. This is going to cost you. And then you're watching someone with a business that just falls apart. And I've done that. I've said, you know what? Probably this wouldn't be the right business. Location or the timing, or it's people like, oh no, I think if I build it, they will come. It's like, not always. They do not always come. And I've seen a few businesses that can't fail, and they failed and they took everything. So I would say it doesn't feel like this is necessarily Capricorn being affected so much as Capricorn either trying to help someone who was affected, or just trying to say, like, I told you that was a bad idea. But this is all career and money. This is failure. This is failure of a business. But it's, and you could be working in a company where you're like, I told you guys not to invest the money in that project, right? I was the one who said that this wouldn't work. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say Capricorn being ignored. And it's stupid because Capricorn is usually like Scorpio. They're master chess players. Capricorn looks at all the angles. Capricorn is always playing a long game. That's how Capricorn climbs their mountains. They don't look at the top of the mountain. They look at the next rock up. Yeah, that's how you climb a mountain. You don't look at the top. You look at the next place you're gonna pull yourself up, and then rock by rock. That's how you go up a mountain, and that's how Capricorn climbs, slow and steady. And I want to say, someone ignored Capricorn. Someone ignored Capricorn's good advice and good sense, and they're paying a price for it now. All right, Aquarius. And I don't think it's Capricorn, just so you know. I don't think it's Capricorn's taking the hit. All right. Aquarius, we see the Two of Swords, my least favorite card in the world. The Two of Swords, rock and a hard place. I'm looking at the Five of Wands reversed and the 10 of Cups reversed. I'm looking at the 5 of Swords reversed, 3 of Swords reversed, and the 6 of Cups. Rock in a hard place. There you go. And there's the contradiction. 10 of Cups reversed, unhappy, emotionally unhappy in the home. 6 of Cups, happy cohabitation, living happily under the same roof. End of conflict, end of anxiety, putting down your guard, rock in a hard place. Aquarius, it almost feels like a little different than Capricorn. This feels like an act 2. Or it feels like, I'm thinking about, oh God, what's the show that everyone's talking about with the 3 witches? I was just telling Daisy I want to watch it on Disney. She's got Disney on her laptop. Oh, come on. The 3 witches everyone's talking about. The show that they just did the remake on. It just started actually tonight. It was its first night. But it feels like a second Hocus Pocus. So it feels like Hocus Pocus 2. It feels like, okay, a second chance, a second. Do I want to do this again? Rock in a hard place. Do I want this? Just got over this, and do I want to do it again? Got divorced. I want to get married again. I unhappily living with someone. Do I want to live with someone again? Possibly the same person. Could be someone coming back into your life saying, I've changed. You're like, really? Okay. Because here's the thing, is the peace and quiet, the lack of conflict, the 5 of Wands reversed versus being, happy in the home, happy alone. Do I want to try that again? This is very emotional. This is a lot of pain and anxiety. Swords and Cups, baby. That's what I'm looking for, Swords and Cups. And I'm sorry, the 5 of Wands, which is, conflict. But it's reverse. It's the end of conflict. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to be fighting in my home. That's not happy for me. Do I bring this person in my house and risk it? Do I take a chance? Rock in a hard place. I'd like to be living with someone. I'd like to be happy. I'd like to cohabitate. I'd like to be in love. I'd like, 6 of Cups is a lovely card. Speaks to emotional happiness and sharing. And so Aquarius, it looks like you're kind of got a decision to make in terms of how you want to live. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a romantic partner. It could be a roommate. It could be one of your kids moving back home. Kid left home under not such great circumstances. All this fighting, all this crazy. Now they're like, Mom, can I come back? I just got rid of you. I just cleaned your room. It's nice and quiet here. The way I would do that if that was my situation is I'd be like, you can come back, but there's rules. There's rules. All right. I'm going to shuffle some cards and do Pisces. Hi, Miss J. They say sequels aren't usually as good as the first ones either. That's a problem when I think about Aquarius. Sequel. Act 2, sequel. Sometimes sequels are better though, right? Sometimes the sequel is better than the original. You never know. All right, Pisces. Okay. So we see the Devil, first card up. Toxic situation, toxic person, toxic environment. The Strength and the 10 of Cups. The 8 of Wands, the World reversed. The Knight of Cups reversed. One more card just to clarify that mess. The Star. Okay. Oh dear. So many good cards, but a couple of bad ones. So the Devil and the Knight of Cups reversed. I feel better if that Devil card was reversed. Devil's toxicity. Strength is in the home. Okay, so that's the clear message. Strength is in the home. Strength in the Ten of Cups. These really do speak to me, to removing, again, something, someone, some energy from your home. All right? These cards really do speak to the world reverse. I need a whole new world here. The Star, which is the card, is a wonderful card for hope. Making a quick decision. The Eight of Wands, quick decision. And just saying, something has to go. Something that is disrupting the home. Something, someone, some energy. But home has to be secured. And I want to say it could be an energy. It could be an energy. Unfair situation. Could be a neighbor that's giving you a hard time. That could be a neighbor, frankly. The Devil. Could be a bad habit. Somebody with a bad habit. One more card for clarity. Hierophant reversed. Unconventional behavior. Somebody, sometimes people don't understand that when you join a family, you have to, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. You don't go in someone's home and say, well, this is how I always did it in my home. Well, you're not in your home anymore. It just feels to me like with Pisces, it feels like listen, I'm a Pisces, my store. One thing I always say is that we do things the way, talisman way, and that's my way. So how we greet customers, what we do when people come in, how we treat people, how we handle readings, how we end the readings, how we that's all. You're either on Team Talisman or you're not. We all get along. If you can't get along, if you can't do things the way I do things, the way I'm saying we do things here, and we all agree this is how we do things, then you need to leave. And I'll make that happen. Like I always say, readers either are here for 10 years, 15 years, or one day. That's how that works. Either you can be a team player and be part of the family, or you can't. So what I'm saying with the Pisces readings is it feels like even ideologically, get that word out. It's either you share a philosophy about family, or you don't. But then you really can't be under the same roof with us night after night if you can't act and behave the way we do in this house. Let's say, you know what? You say, I don't want alcohol in my home. I don't want alcohol in the house. Then you don't get to come home and bring in a six-pack. You have to not do that, right? You need to respect the rules of the house. Or if someone says, at 11 o'clock, we kind of shut down. We don't go in and out of the house a lot. We don't disrupt the home. We put it to sleep. Then that's what you do. You don't sit there and say at 1 o'clock in the morning, well, I want to blast my music because I'm wide awake because I slept all day. You're not. No. You've got to be a team player. So that's what I'm seeing for Pisces. And it's all about home, securing the home and being happy in the home and do what you need to do to be happy in the home. All right? That's the reading. That was a lot. I have Karn and Sherry here tomorrow doing readings. And Francine, really quick before I say goodnight, is there something you want to ask? Is there a question you have? Is there anything? What sign are you that might help? I still remember what I said, I think, for the 12 signs. Is there anything you want to say really quickly in the comments before I say goodnight? All right. Not sure you're still there or not. you want to message me on Messenger, that's okay too. All right, guys, everyone behave. What we talked about earlier, please be aware of your surroundings, be aware of how people are perceiving you. Watch what you're posting on social media. That can come back to bite you in the ass. And I guess that's really it. Don't get bit in the ass. That's my words of advice for you all. Love you. Everyone behave. Get some rest. Self-care is everything. And Alethea and I were talking about that. Truly. Self-care is everything, especially this month of October. Read the newsletter, you'll understand, especially her astrological post at the end of the newsletter. Good night, and talk to you next week.